Gypsy Rose Blanchard has taken the gloves off when it comes to her ex, Ryan Anderson, and Ryan threw the first punch. Gypsy and her boyfriend Ken were actually out last night at the New Orleans Jazz Festival, having a great time, minding their own business. Well, Ryan was actually at home on a live, and apparently viewers are saying he lost it. Ryan often talks about Gypsy during his lives. That's what he's known for, and that's what his followers usually want him to talk about. He doesn't usually get into the weeds about stuff, but apparently he did last night. One of the things he got into was another content creator named Amber J. Now, a while ago, people were rumoring that Ryan was actually dating Amber J. They had gone live together, and it seems to be a bit of a skit that they do, pretending that they have crushes on each other. Whether they do or not, I don't know. But this is one of the things that was going around. So back in January, it had been going around that Amber J and Ryan were dating or had hooked up or something like that. Now, Gypsy and Ryan had actually been chatting a bit back in January. She was postpartum, she had just had Aurora, and Ryan and Gypsy had dated and been friends for over 3 years. So I believe they were still in some sort of contact at that time. Well, Ryan has now dropped screenshots of Gypsy's text messages. So on Tuesday, January 14th, Gypsy writes Ryan and says, "Are you with Amber J?" And it's at 1:53 a.m. He doesn't respond, and in the morning at 9:18, she writes and says, "I feel lost. Like, I don't know what is real anymore." And he writes back a few minutes later and says, "Say what?" Now, this obviously is in relation to the fact that everyone online was saying that the two were together, and she doesn't know what's true and what's not. He writes the caption on this saying, "I always tell the truth. Who dat? Ha ha." And in the caption below, he said, "I speak the truth, always have, only be real." Now, I didn't watch Ryan's live, so I believe he's dropping this as proof that Gypsy and him still text. I also want to point out that he used the song Return of the Mac for this. If you don't know the song, go check it out and listen to the lyrics of the chorus. Well, Gypsy, who, like I said, was out having a great night with her boyfriend Ken, decided to clap back. And she did so in a pretty major way. She posted a screenshot of some towels saying, "Secret life of the sweat rag," captioned it saying, "Kid gloves off, huh? Okay, Ryan Anderson," and had this piece of information. And here's a close-up of the information she was highlighting. It says, "Methadone is an opioid medication that treats opioid use disorder and chronic pain. Common methadone side effects include nausea and vomiting, constipation, and increased sweating." So yes, Gypsy's drawing attention to the fact that Ryan sweats a lot and apparently uses a towel to wipe the sweat off constantly, but she's also pointing out that Ryan takes methadone. As far as I know, Ryan has not been open about this part of his life, but apparently he's been taking methadone for the last few years due to an opioid addiction he had in his 20s. We hadn't heard too much from Gypsy's ex in the last while. He had been pretty quiet about the situation, so everyone's wondering why he's coming out now going after Gypsy. My thoughts on this, perhaps it's the fact that the divorce is finally finalized. They did have the second paternity test done to prove that Ryan is not the father of Aurora, and I don't believe that they've been in contact since before March. Maybe he's now realizing that things are really over and he's having a tough time with it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but things may be getting nasty.